Christmas, wrapped up gift to me. MINUSdry by CDMusic, Gets a Cannon by Lee, Yaragarasu by Trusta, Arctic Lights by Metalface, Sonic Wave Infinity by APT, Dramatic by Ringelo, Miserera by Dutchy Sync by Otzi, Big Crusher by Slay, and Senseiler by Castellan Cat. Alright, yo. So it's time for the MINUSdry practice run. So this level's always been like there in the background of my GD career because I verified the original shitty MINUSdry back in around 2023, I think. But yeah, this level's always been like very interesting to me because of how raw it is. All the level's gameplay is just raw skill basically, so if you're, let's say, good at ship or good at cube timings, then the level just happens to be a lot easier to you than for someone who has, let's say, better muscle memory. Alright, I'm gonna give my first comment on the gameplay. The cube timings just before, they're like kind of, you just die to them every once in a while. You do attempt to die to them every once in a while. Boom, you gotta keep going. But like as soon as you get to this ship, it's basically an attempt to get a drop attempt, because at least with my experience, I didn't find the ship all too difficult. It's just very awkward to do it if... It's just very awkward to do it if... What? It's just very awkward to do it for the first time, and once you get past the ship, everything else should be kind of easy. The memory is free, aside from this black core for some reason, because of 2.2. Sometimes in 2.2, this can happen, like when you're already off the block, but you can see how the trajectory is already making you fall down, but all of a sudden you just jump up instead. That's caused by 2.2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't have that happen in 2.1. Alright, as you can see, that ship and UFO that I just did before, it gets really consistent, but it is kind of hard to do for the very first times from zero. There's a chance you'll fluke it, but aside from that, it's very hard. And here we get to the second part. Because of 2.2, if you click this ultra mega light, but only sometimes, Exen is legit will appear and you'll jump off the block instead of hitting the blue orb. Then it gets to the swing, and this swing only really is just like learning for the first time. I wouldn't say it's even like actually difficult. I just seem to struggle with it since it's been like a month since I beat MINUSdry, but then we get to the ball. This ball, I did not like it at all. It was one of the worst things, like, in the level, at least for me. It just did not become, like, 100% consistent. I kept dying to it every session. Even though it's, like, gameplay-wise, it's not even the hardest part, I wouldn't say. Oh yeah, I also got a comment on Fred. Fred has some wonky-ass teeth. Sometimes you just die to them, like, for literally no reason at all. Usually off by a pixel, or something. Right, I got a comment on this cube jump, because, to me, it's never been like an actually hard choke point. Yes, I did die to it from zero, maybe like once or twice. But aside from that, it did not really like feel like a proper choke point. It's just a hard jump. This ship in itself is kind of free, but the transition into strafe flying in this upside down section is, oh, I would not call it good. Then this UFO, you can listen to my click pattern to make it a lot easier. You basically do 3 clicks with my click pattern, like that. Then this cube is like extremely free. I died to it like twice from zero, I think, total, ever. I'm not sure. This part, I don't think I died to these orbs in specific from zero, but these orbs are like the worst things happen to humankind ever. Because sometimes, if you jump this way too early, but still pass the spike, you have horrible alignment for this. So you need to jump this as late as possible, this triple spike here, so that you get proper alignment here. But here's the wonky part. You gotta hit these like very specifically. Hit this late and these two kind of early. It's hard to like describe how to actually do the click pattern. But then we get to the ship. This ship I didn't even die to like a single time from zero. I don't know how that didn't even happen. Like, for example, this ending of the ship, it's extremely chokeable. I guess it just wasn't hard enough for me to choke at it. Then we get to the last cube. This last cube, abhorrent. I died to it like 3 times from zero, maybe 4, and even still I consider myself unlucky, even though it's by far one of the hardest parts. For example, this yellow orb, it's completely dependent on how you did the previous click. So you could have horrible alignment for it. Also, that spam thing that I did there, I haven't seen many people do that. I've just done that since shitty MINUSdry just because. I don't really have an explanation to it other than like it just feels consistent. Oh, here's 92 or 91. Depends on which one you wanna like think of it as. I was originally fluking from 67, which kind of ended here in this like very easy jump that I can do like almost basically every attempt. But yeah, that's basically how it happened. A corner pixel. The rest of the ending is relatively easy. Just like the last jump. This MINUSdry. Okay, here's gonna be the hot take. Since people happen to be split between opinions on MINUSdry's difficulty, I personally think that it's extremely overrated. It just happens to be like that, but yeah. It was an alright level. I wouldn't like give it a horrible enjoyment, but it's whatever. I beat MINUSdry. That's it for today's commentary thing. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I beat MINUSdry.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah!
Dude, 0 ship deaths! 0 fucking ship deaths! Huh?
Marina, what did I say about like the last jump? What did I say, bro? Easier from
Yeah.
on God.
Apparently, yeah. Holy shit.
Oh, let's go. I'm trying to beat MINUSdry. I'm trying to beat so
Sure, here is repeated 25 times in a single column, one per line.